Everybody's the property tax breaker, the property tax ender of all time. But what you need to focus on, and this is what I ask you to do, focus on what each politician, each government official really has a jurisdiction to what to do. What could they do with their office? And then ask them for their plan. Don't get lost in the morass, because you're going to have a lot of different layers of government coming here, a lot of different people pointing at different things. We have to stay focused. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm running for county executive because I think that I have the governmental experience by being 14 years in the legislature. I'm an attorney. I started out as a janitor.
Hello, everybody. I'm Pete Smith. How? Who?
I can't.
You can't hear me with the microphone?
No, I can hear your name.
Oh, my name is Peter Schmidt. I'm the county legislator from the 12th Legislative District, which is Massapequa, Massapequa Park, North Massapequa, and just a little bit of Seaford. I've served for the past 10 years as the minority leader of the county legislature. And you're all here because you're frustrated, and I got to tell you, I'm frustrated too. I have for 10 years been fighting these tax increases, and for 10 years we have had a legislature that has been divided by 10 Democrats and 9 Republicans. You're going to hear a lot tonight, and I'm sure some of my Democratic, well, one of my Democratic colleagues is here. You'll hear from him, I guess, in a little while. But you're going to hear a lot tonight if the county executive deigns to show up about how it's Albany's fault and it's Washington's fault and it's the national economy and it's all these terrible things. That's why taxes in Nassau County are so high. And I have to tell you that that is just a load of bull. They have raised our property taxes 42% in the last 10 years. The national economic crisis hit last September and October. 42% in the last 10 years. And I got to tell you folks, elections have consequences. Each one of those property tax increases, including the 3.9% that took effect this year, was adopted by a 10-9 vote, with all 10 Democrats voting yes in favor of raising property taxes as proposed by the Democratic County Executive, and all 9 Republicans voting no. This year, as in, pardon?
You need another Republican.
Absolutely, you need another Republican, but that's, I'm just reporting, you decide.
Right.
Last October, during the county's budget process, when the county executive recommended 3.9% tax increase, the Republican minority offered specific cost-cutting amendments to the budget that would have cut spending and eliminated the need for that increase. Our amendments were voted down, 10 Democrats voting no, 9 Republicans voting yes, and then the budget was approved, 10 Democrats voting yes and 9 Republicans voting no. And then in February, the county executive came to us, and he wants to put, and he did put, a home energy tax on us. You now have the privilege, comes June the 1st, to pay a 2.5% tax on your heating oil, your electric, your propane.
Can everybody hear me well?
Yes.
All right. I am Supervisor Bendito from the town of Oyster Bay. I've heard Legislator Mejia say some wild stuff in his career, but I never heard anything like that.
It's the facts. Go down and check it out.
Here we go.
No comments, please.
Here we go. I mean, that is, what I just heard is absolutely insane.
2.5 tax on your home energy fuel. It's a
isn't there a way to crack down on illegal renting?
The question was whether or not there's a way to crack down on illegal renting. Obviously, if we were able to eliminate every illegal tenant in the town of Oyster Bay, it would certainly lighten some of the drain on the money that we have to spend. No question about it. The way you eliminate it is on a case-by-case basis. And this is prescribed by law, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have the ability to go knocking on doors, breaking down houses. You can respect that, because I don't think you want us coming into your house looking at how long we trash, lighting the windows and all that good stuff. On a case-by-case basis, what we do is, when we get a complaint, we respond to it. We're not the police, we are the resources. If you want the resources to do it the way it should be done right, the taxes will go through the ceiling. So it's a win-win, lose-lose type situation. But, yeah.
What is being done to give us relief? That's where the biggest problem is right now, is our school taxes. I'm from Suffolk County, and it's the same. We're getting decimated by our school taxes. What is going to be done, Mr. Sabrio?
Very, very good question. As we hear the banter go back and forth and the accusations, the reality is we have the best school districts in the state of New York and among the very best in the nation. No question about it. The effectiveness of educating our children is superb. Our students go on to get very good jobs. We get a high percentage of scholarships. The district does a good job. But as I said from the beginning, if you can't afford to live here, then your children don't get the benefit of those great school districts. And this is a train that has run so fast that we can't seem to get the brakes on it. And this is exactly why I worked with my colleagues in Albany to propose and draft legislation.
Just a minute. We got a lot of questions to go. I know you want to respond, but I'm sure everybody doesn't want to stay on one topic. Go right ahead.
Okay, so I don't think everyone's taxes tripled in the last year, right? I mean, as much as the Democrats are to blame, this is a bipartisan blame here. Everyone can blame them. My personal feeling is we should throw them all out of office. You know, there've been more in the last 20 years. There have been more state representatives indicted than have lost re-election because of all the gerrymandering that we see around. It is unbelievable what's going on. So let me just say a couple of things. Number one, lack of state aid is the number one issue. Okay. You know, 12 years ago, or like 15 years ago, about a third of your taxes were school taxes. 45% of your school budgets came from state aid. In America today, the average school district gets 55% of their school budget from state aid in America. That's all. That average in New York State is only 37% of school budgets come from state aid. But in Nassau County, it's 15% of your school budgets come from state aid. And why is that? And that's gone down over the years tremendously. Both sides of the aisle have won for this stuff. And why is that? Because there are $3 billion that leave Long Island that go to Albany and never come back.
Okay. You have another question?
No.
Next question.
Okay.
Point of order question. I thank the Democrats for coming to the meeting. I think we have all been very civil. I would like other representatives